welcome to Friends Talk Film, episode number 7. With me today, my friends Sacha and Leo. How you doing, guys?
All good. All good.
Fantastic. In case you're new to the show, we are friends who love film. We talk and debate every day, and we bring you the latest movie news with our thoughts and opinions on it. So on today's hot topics, we have Alice Eve and Keanu Reeves in Replicas, Guy Ritchie's King Arthur, Andy Serkis's Breathe. We've got Emoji, the movie, Express Yourself. Oscar Isaacs is on for Steven Spielberg's The Kidnapping of Edgardo Mortara. We've got Star Trek 4 potential plot and casting, and we're going to talk Star Wars Celebration. And also on today's show, we'll have our regular spots of the film flashback and the Channel Flick Challenge. Please note, we do discuss full spoilers for all films, so if there's any film that you don't want to know the particular details for, please skip ahead to the next section using the guided images below. And
Joffrey dies in Game of Thrones.
No!
Just FYI, I got a lot of shit for that, by the way.
You did.
So I watched it I watched that episode where he dies probably about maybe like an hour before everybody else got to watch it. Yeah. And my unintelligence when it came to using social media. I wrote down, I'm so glad he's happy fucking dead, and people were pissed.
People are still pissed.
People are still pissed.
Just starting that show just now.
People are
every time the new season comes, it's like, Leo, watch yourself.
Yeah, don't say shit. I was like, fucking Caesar Palace did me no favors.
No friends.
None whatsoever.
Right, so we're going to move on to our first topic, which is Alice Eve Jones joins the Replicas movie. So Alice Eve is probably mostly known for Star Trek Into Darkness. She's joined Keanu Reeves in the upcoming movie Replicas. This is a futuristic indie thriller with Reeves playing Will Foster, a neuroscientist whose wife is killed in a car crash. Foster becomes obsessed with bringing her back to life, and he does it by creating a clone with her memories. It's directed by Jeffrey Nachmanoff, who wrote the script for The Tourist. So that's not a good start.
I've never seen it.
The Tourist.
That's Angelina Jolie and...
Give up.
Oh, really?
Give up.
And Depp.
Oh, wait, hold on. I remember you going on some huge rant about
Razzie after Razzie nom. Yeah,
right, okay.
But yeah, so what are we thinking about this film?
Alice Eve's hot, man. I remember seeing her in Entourage.
Oh, right. Okay, so a show I've not watched.
You need to watch that show.
Yeah, I know I need to watch
she's so fine. You're so fine. But apart from that, I like her. Keanu Reeves, man. At the moment, he can do no wrong.
Yeah, can he play a neuroscientist?
Yeah, he'll just go whenever he discovers something. He'll go, "Whoa!" That's it. And like they'll plug him in. He'll go, "I know neuroscience. I know it all."
Totally found like some new shit.
Whoa! That's it. No, Alice Eve's she's good. She's a good actor. If you ever watch her on, I think a few. It's gonna be either Jay Leno. Or what's the other? Who's the ginger guy? Conan O'Brien.
Conan,
where she switches from English to American.
Oh, okay.
She's British. Really.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah.
So she goes from British to American, and it's just the finest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, I'm on a flex. She's great though. She's a great actor. Keanu Reeves, good times. I mean, Sacha's probably going more in depth than I will, but yeah, I'm down for it. I want to check it out.
What's it? The director, he did a movie called Traitor with Don Cheadle and Guy Pearce, which was okay. He also did another movie called Hollywood Palms and loads of TV shows up until now. The writers on this, we got Stephen Hamill that wrote Henry's Crime, which, he did. That's a film with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
I think that's how they got Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Chad St. John that's written London Has Fallen, the upcoming Triple X3, and Dirty Laundry, the Punisher show.
Oh, the Punisher show.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, to be honest, I think script-wise, the writers intrigued me a bit. Yeah. Director-wise, maybe, not too sure. I think ideally Keanu Reeves the big pull for me. Big pull for me here.
Yeah.
So,
Not all the time though. He did a film called he directed it, Man of Tai Chi.
Yeah, I never saw that.
I mean, he was the big draw for that movie, and it wasn't great. But I mean, I bought it on DVD.
Because he starred and directed it.
Yeah, that's right.
I still bought it. It was good. I was like, hey, it's a good martial arts
John
film.
Wick, I'm just like, give me more Keanu. So I'm really looking forward to John Wick 2.
I'm still surprised that I learned today, even though it's old news. Apparently, I learned today that Eva Longoria, from Desperate Housewives fame, produced that movie. I was like, oh, okay, how random is that? Yeah. But there you go. John Wick, by the way, that's who produced that.
John Wick,
the poster, dude.
Yeah, but I don't work in a cinema where I'm like analysing everything about it. I'm just some guy who goes and watches movies.
It's easily missed. It's
has
not
an
like
opinion.
a well-known thing. So I mean, it'll be good, that kind of futuristic thriller. I mean, we've seen lots of, clone type movies before and stuff like that, but, it'd be interesting for a different take. So, right, so next up is Guy Ritchie's King Arthur. So, originally titled Kings of the Round Table, King Arthur. This was pushed back from a summer 2016 release, so pretty much around this time, to March 24th, 2017. So, a lot of this is based on the rumours that the test screenings did very, very poorly. There wasn't really good reaction to it. They didn't quite understand the story because this is supposed to be set up for quite a big franchise. So apparently they've gone back and reshot a lot of the movie and gone back and done a big re-edit. So we've finally seen some pictures online now of Charlie Hunnam and Jude Law in the new in the film, and it is now titled King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. So do we think Guy Ritchie can pull this off? Is it maybe just out of his comfort zone?
Look, I like Guy Ritchie from way back in the day. Lock, Stock, Snatch, Forever will be like my favourite Guy Ritchie films ever.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with Man from U.N.C.L.E. that came out recently. I mean, Sherlock Holmes was a period piece. That was good. It's about time we had a new take on King Arthur. I think we've suffered from that. Keira Knightley one.
Orlando Bloom, right?
No, it was Keira Knight. It was Keira Knightley and Clive Owen.
Oh, Clive Owen.
Yeah, it was directed by the Training Day guy, Anton Fuqua. And
I heard it was okay.
it was dog shit.
There was a director's cut of it.
Or am I confusing it with Kingdom of Heaven?
Kingdom of Heaven is.
That's probably because it came around at the same time. Maybe I'm confusing it. Yeah.
It's about time we had a cool King Arthur film. I think.
2004 that was. So.
I think that's a draw. I think the other thing is moving the schedule to March. That's great. That's great as well because I think they've probably got a better time to capitalise on it then. Yeah. And you know what I mean? For an unknown IP to come out and stuff, that's probably a good move on them. Reshoots wise, well, I knew nothing about the reshoots up until just now. Fair enough, if they want to tweak it, if it had a bad test audience, fair enough, just fix that shit up, I guess. But
because it's quite a pushback considering it's supposed to be released this time.
Well, it's not really. This happens all the time, but then mind you, last big film that did that was Jupiter Has Fallen, and that was pushed back a whole year, and that
Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending, whatever. It fell.
It fell at the box office.
It fell. The worst Wachowski movie I've ever seen. It's so bad.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer was the shit, man.
I didn't like it.
You're nuts.
Maybe I don't like the main dude. That's why. Yeah,
Emil Hirsch is the shit,
I don't
bro.
think he's that great.
The Girl Next Door.
Okay.
That film.
He didn't make that movie, dude. Elisha Cuthbert made that movie.
The kid can act, though.
I'm not saying he can't act. I just don't. There are many good actors out there. Yeah, it's not a draw for me. But I mean, I'm just having a quick look at the cast listing. So this is kind of new to me. But David Beckham.
Yeah.
David Beckham's in this, dude. Yeah, so he plays he plays a small cameo in it.
Well, that's probably what they had to reshoot,
So maybe they've added him for extra marketing material, right?
And it is a small cameo. He plays a black leg leader. I'm just checking that out right now. But I mean, so just having a look at it, Jimon Hunsu. That guy's a badass fucking actor.
Yeah.
I mean, like from Amistad to Never Back Down, pretty much anything he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a side film called Special Forces, which is really good, which has got someone help me out. You'll know, Inglourious Bastards, the German actress woman.
Oh, Diane Lane. Was it Diane?
No,
something Kruger.
Yeah, Diane Kruger.
Diane Kruger. I knew Diane.
And he's in a film with Diane Kruger called Special Forces, where they're in Afghanistan trying to get to, I think, Pakistan or whatever. It's a great film. So I mean, I love him anyway. Jude Law, obviously, he's great. Katie McGrath as well. Eric Bana, Bruce Banner right there. Yeah. And Aidan Gillen from Littlefinger fame, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be good. But Charlie Hunnam. He's playing King Arthur.
He is, yeah.
So I always in my head have this image of Charlie Hunnam just with a bopping around, walking towards his bike from Sons of Anarchy, and in my head I just have that in my head. So even when I saw him in Pacific Rim, when he's like got that swagger and that when he's just rocking along and walking around, you could just see like he's still got that Sons of Anarchy ingrained in him.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. I know he's a good actor, and I respect the work that he's done. Hopefully, hopefully he can pull it off. King Arthur, maybe he's a little bit too young.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, like if you look at all the Arthurian legends and tales and stuff, they span across King Arthur's life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the Sword in the Stone all the way to, you know what I mean, like.
There's no Lancelot in this, so
Yeah, so they're looking to
this as a franchise.
So they're looking for many sequels. I mean, like they probably do the Sword in the Stone as a prequel, but you know what I mean, like
I mean, it's called Legend of the Sword, so
Exactly,
maybe
so-
it is going to be a little bit more around that. So because originally it was called Kings of the Round Table, King Arthur, and I think that that potentially is it going to be more about the Knights of the Round Table?
Yeah.
But now it looks like they're focusing it's more of King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. And then they'll have it focused maybe on different people throughout that period. But yeah, so I mean, that's March 24th, 2017. It's going to be interesting to see that. And like I say, coming off those, like that popularity of Game of Thrones, that kind of that medieval
fantasy world,
men and swords and horseback and that kind of thing. It could, draw in that crowd. So, okay, just moving on to the next topic. We've got Andy Serkis's Breathe. So Andy Serkis was due to have his directorial debut with The Jungle Book. Entitled Jungle Book Origins. But, that has been pushed back now to 2018. Quite potentially a lot of it may have been down to the fact of the popularity of The Jungle Book that was released this year by Disney. Jon Favreau, fantastic achievement there. So his first directorial is going to be Breathe. And he's just added Dean Charles Chapman, who's famed of King Tommen from Games of Thrones.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, he's not busy anymore. So the film is
totally not dead.
The film is a true life story of 28-year-old Robin, played by Andrew Garfield, a brilliant adventurous man whose life takes a dramatic turn when polio leaves him paralysed. Claire Foy, who was in Season of the Witch, will play his devoted and determined wife Diana. Together they refuse to give in to the disease and the handicap, and despite being told he has 3 months to live, they go on to raise money and become a champion of the cause of the disabled. So the script is written by William Nicholson, who wrote Gladiator. It's not known who Chapman will play, but this definitely feels like it has that Oscar vibe to it, that kind of story.
I like Andrew Garfield. It's going to be a good film because it's Andy Serkis. I think we've touched on this before, but when you get actors who go into being directors, they got so much, of a bag to pick from. Yeah. Because they'll see with other directors, they'll be working with so many different people. They can be like, I like this from this person, and they'll build it. They add their own je ne sais quoi into it. Yeah, and they flip that. They add it to their repertoire, and I think it's going to be for a debut. I think it's a good cast. It's not massive names where people like the hopes are stupidly large. But it's just enough to be like, okay, he's got some recognizable names in there. Let's see what Andy Serkis can actually do when he's given free reign. On that kind of scale, and he's working with actors who are they're not just like, oh, let's blow shit up, or he's a method actor. He is like he gets involved and gets
Serkis
stuck
is
into
like the ultimate method actor.
I reckon he'll be able to bring that out in people like Andrew Garfield. So
Andrew Garfield starring in Hacksaw Ridge, new Mel Gibson film as well. So he's got a couple of big projects where he's going to be the main lead, and I think that Andy Serkis, he's done a lot of semi-directing in a lot of his movies, so like Planet of the Apes and stuff like that. He's the one who's like pushed the boundaries of this motion capture and stuff like that, and he's always been involved in that, like King Kong, Tintin, all that, and he's kind of really driven that, and he's taken a lot of a big lead in a lot of those. Well, he was
first AD on the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah, that's right.
And he was doing all the direction for the small character for Benedict Cumberbatch. I agree with Leo on the fact that, like actors do tend to be better directors than directors, to be quite honest, because they see different types of directors, different styles, what works, what doesn't work.
And they're on both sides.
And the other flip side of the coin is they know how actors think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know how the actors think themselves. Yeah. So they're a little bit more easygoing towards actors and for actors' needs to get their performances out of them. And like, you know what I mean? I think some of the best directors are probably the ones that have actually done a bit of acting as a background.
I
look
agree.
at Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi started off as an actor, believe it or not, before he was a director.
Yeah.
That's how he met Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Sam Raimi, like George Clooney, Clint Eastwood,
exactly.
all these guys who produce these, like, really, especially when it comes to drama.
Yeah,
I find they really know how to pull out a dramatic performance from other people as well.
I think Andy Serkis has kind of like the best of both worlds because he could do things technically as well. Because most of his career he's been surrounded by technical people. For the kind of acting that he's been doing.
Yeah,
with,
I mean,
so
he should have a category of his own. How he's not won an Oscar yet. For his performances, the way it gets like Gollum, potentially,
that's right.
Planet of the Apes, the way he embodies the whole person, the whole character is just phenomenal. So
I mean,
when you see those making ofs,
yeah,
where because obviously dots all around the face, they've got the camera now right in their face, capturing all their movements and stuff like that. It's all the physical movements, it's jumping, it's the walking, it's beating of chest and stuff like that. It's incredible. So
yeah.
I'll be interested to see what he can do with Jungle Book, how different it can be.
It's 2018 release, isn't it?
Yeah, 2018.
It'll be that one's going to be a bit of an interesting one because that's when the Disney sequel's coming out. I actually don't think that movie's gonna get off the ground. But
I can see that,
because they haven't spent that much money on it just yet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like with how big this Disney incarnation has been this year.
Yeah.
Because
that's a real tough act to follow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I'd be afraid to put out one so close to a sequel.
And especially when it's going to be in the same kind of environment, It's not going to be CG and computer generated, and stuff like that. And Jungle Book was that, except for that one actor. Everything else is just built the world built around him. So, so that we'll look forward to Breathe. Number 4, EmojiMovie. Express yourself. Emoji. TJ Miller has signed on to be the lead voice talent on the new Sony Pictures animation movie. So Miller is voicing a meh emoji who's supposed to act just like his equally meh parents. However, a strange change in his wiring is given a whole new range of expressions. It's due for release August 11th, 2017. So TJ Miller, he is in Silicon Valley TV show. He was also in Transformers, Age of Extinction. He is that comedy. Deadpool recently. I actually quite like him as an actor. I think from his comedy point of view, I really like him in Silicon Valley. He does play both sides, sort of like a little bit serious, but that kind of stupid comedy as well. This came out because it was recently National Emoji Day, and then they put out a video of him like with a mock audition where they're getting him to put expressions and stuff like emojis and stuff. Is it getting a bit ridiculous now with these kind of movies in terms of tying him into like current social media?
We said this before though, right? About fucking Minecraft. Yeah. And it was just like, it will make money. The new Lego film will make money. Minecraft will make money. This will make money. I've just, this is going to be taking place completely inside a smartphone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's taking place all inside of, it's a smartphone world, which makes me think if it's any adult themed, we're going to have some eggplants floating around in there, maybe some dick pics and some, I think it's fucking stupid. I think
it'll be interesting to see if they get marketing like, say Wreck-It Ralph did in computer games. Will they be able to get Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram,
it's
all
nonsense.
These kind of things in it.
It's bullshit. I just don't. I mean, like, who asked for this? Where is someone sitting down? It's like, well, okay, sir, let's make an emoji movie. That sounds like a brilliant idea. No problem. And they go and do it. And it's like, where is my Dread 2? Where's Dread 2? Why is nobody's asking for this movie? Where is Dread 2? Someone's asking for it.
Someone's just like, have you got any ideas for a new movie? And they've just replied with like the laughing, crying face, and they're like, That's genius.
That's it. Good. I think it's fucking stupid. Nobody wants to see this movie. I don't know why it exists, but somebody in Hollywood's funding it. It's taking place inside someone's smartphone. Is it going to be an iPhone? Is it going to be an Android? Is it going to be jailbroken? I don't give a shit. I couldn't care less.
All I can say is it's Sony, and Sony are making some real choice films at the moment. I think they did Pixels as well, and then obviously Ghostbusters. And
give me Raid 3. Yeah. Release that instead. Give Gareth Evans. Is it Gareth Evans?
Edwards.
No. The director of Gareth Evans. think his name's Gareth
Yeah, it
Evans.
is
Yeah,
Gareth.
Gareth Evans.
Yeah.
Give that guy some more money. Let him make Raid 3, Sony, because I don't want to see this. Nobody's going to see
He's
us.
making Raid 3.
Yeah, I
You
know,
don't have to
but
worry,
just throw him
yeah.
more money. Just
Get out
make
there
more
now.
stuff.
to make more
stuff,
shit, man.
yeah.
Because he did Maritime Warrior, and that film badass too. Let him do that shit. Stop making stupid fucking movies about emojis and Lego blocks. Give a fuck.
Such. Final thoughts on EmojiMovie?
I'll give it my emoji. Meh.
Yeah.
Just like the title character. Exactly what Leo said. I'd blow up about it even more so, but I think Leo just...
Here's our emojis, the two brown fists where we... That's it.
Yeah.
My emoji is the little shit. So, not,
Eggplant.
Not
Eat a
bothered
dick.
about
Yeah.
this. So we'll move on. So Oscar Isaac is on for Steven Spielberg's The Kidnapping of Edgardo Mortara. So Tony Kushner, who was the writer of Spielberg's Lincoln, is adapting David Kurtz's novel, which is about a true story of a 7-year-old Italian Jew who was taken from his parents, raised Catholic by authorities of the papacy. He ends up becoming a priest that sees the Pope, who's played by Mark Rylance, who's voicing the BFG, working with Spielberg. He's in also Spielberg's upcoming film Ready Player One. He's also in Kevin Nolan's World War II drama Dunkirk, so he's getting a lot of work.
He was
He's
also in Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies, exactly.
Which
Yeah,
he won the Oscar
for, right?
So
yeah, he's playing the Pope, who clashes forces with this character against the Italian democracy. So it's not known exactly who Isaacs will play, but it's likely either going to be the child's father, or it might be the older adult version of the child after he's kidnapped and kind of brought up. So interesting choice of movie for Spielberg. What do you think?
Take the money to the bank, man. That's Spielberg shit right there. Oscar Isaacs?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. That guy's gonna make some money. Everyone's gonna make some money.
I
I
love
love
him as an
Oscar
actor.
Isaacs. I love Oscar Isaacs. Steven Spielberg. Apart from Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls.
We think he maybe like Schindler's List type
name
of
a bad
drama, gritty
Spielberg film.
Spielberg.
Is there? Are there? Do they exist? Apart
War of the
from
Worlds. I wasn't too keen with War
Tom
of the
Cruise
Worlds.
running away from aliens. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I mean, like, it's going to be a good film.
To be honest, I love
yeah.
Steven Spielberg. To be quite honest, he does no wrong. You can badmouth Crystal Skull, but I don't say that's Spielberg's fault.
No,
I just think, yeah. Look, the dude. Look, he's Spielberg. He can do whatever. I'll still go see it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
He's just one of those guys who'll release something. Just go watch it, and you're guaranteed to. It's going to be a well-crafted movie.
Yeah.
And BFG didn't do too well in the States, but that's because they don't even know what the fuck it is.
No.
You know what I mean? Whereas I think it will do better here and in European countries. Most definitely.
If you see the new trailer,
Yeah.
a lot of it's based around like the Queen, the Palace. It's a very British
exactly.
based movie, so I
Yeah.
can see why it didn't pick up in the States.
And plus, like, you've got Oscar Isaac, who's fucking hot topic right now. You know what I mean?
Star Wars,
this
X-Men,
this is a
he does what
no-brainer
he
right
wants.
now. And
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
I mean, like, another mentioned writer also wrote Munich as well. So,
Right,
Munich
okay.
as well.
is a fucking
So-
badass movie.
So
man.
that's just it. I mean, like, Spielberg's been in the biz for so long that, like, you know what I mean? He's not going to die out. We're talking about a guy who at the age of 16 had the initiative to sneak onto Universal Studios
Right,
set.
yeah.
That's how he got. He just snuck on set and was like, "This is what I want to do," and just blagged it. Just blagged it.
And Mark Rylance, he's just everywhere at the moment. He's just one of those actors who's come to a certain age, very late in a career, and suddenly just getting roles after role. And Spielberg obviously really likes him. In one film.
Yeah.
So 2 films.
That's how like Alan Rickman though, man. Same way,
Yeah,
He's fucking. We might be seeing the beginnings of a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Good
so-
point. Good comparison. Right, so we'll move on. And Star Trek 4. So obviously Star Trek Beyond is
No
out
Richard
in a
today.
couple of weeks. No, so we haven't got our
Shame.
resident Trekkie. But J.J. Abrams has told Access Hollywood the next Star Trek film will bring together Chris Pine's Kirk and his father George Kirk, who was played by Chris Hemsworth in the first of the reboots. So we last saw him die in the explosion on the USS Kelvin. So no official announcement of the 4th film has been made, but the reviews coming out for Beyond are very positive. If it makes a certain amount, a 4th is going to come. What do we think about this? Is it going to be time travel? Is it going to be...
Time travel.
Time travel.
Yeah, I mean, I watch a little bit of Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently hitting up Voyager on Netflix because that shit just came out. But it's going to be time travel. Time travel is like super prevalent.
Yeah.
I mean, they touch on it in the first one.
loves those time
Yeah,
travel
I mean,
stuff.
they touch on it in the first one with Spock coming back to meet Spock. So, it's going to be some sort of time travel. Maybe like Kirk has to save his father, or maybe his father made some like decision.
Yeah, maybe he gets a chance to save him from the explosion.
I don't know,
of the
maybe,
original
or
one.
maybe something that his father was involved with in some sort of manner. Maybe when he's still in Starfleet, somehow affects the future later on down the timeline, and he needs to somehow go back and fix it. Talk to his dad, and has that kind of like George McFly, Marty McFly moment. So who knows? I don't know. I love Hemsworth. I think I think he's gonna be a good film. I like Chris Pine. Let's see how Beyond does first. I haven't seen it. I'm looking forward to it. But if it's any good, then I agree with you. I think they're just gonna throw money at it and go, fuck it, we're just gonna ride this train into the ground and see how far we can go.
Sash?
Yeah.
Same, innit? Yeah. I don't think we can argue.
Can't really argue with that, really. I mean, like.
Give Shatner a job. Put him in it.
He needs his cameo. It's about time.
It's interesting that they've got Helmsworth back. Yeah. Mainly because like when he first did it, he wasn't Helmsworth just yet.
No. Had he done Thor?
No,
yet?
he hadn't.
No.
He was real young.
This was pre-Thor. Now it's post-Thor, so it'll be interesting to see like him in there.
Was it Cabin Fever? Because he did not Cabin Fever. Cabin in the Woods. But he did that. That got released. He filmed that way before he got released. Though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it might have been around that same time because he was still an real up and coming.
Yeah.
Because that came out. They used Thor. They used the release of Thor.
That's right.
To piggyback Cabin in the Woods.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but he made that film ages before that film came out. Much like Paranormal Activity.
Oh yeah.
There's another one that came out like 2007. But was released in like 2009 or something like that.
Yeah.
But they had made that film ages, so maybe that's what they're piggybacking off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, did you see Rush?
Yeah, fantastic movie.
I love that. That was really good.
Really, and I thought from an acting performance, he was really really good.
I liked it. It was very good. The other guy that he's with, the German dude, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but one whose face is all burned up in Rush.
Oh yeah.
He's in he's in Civil War.
He was in Civil War.
Yeah, he's in a really good. I always recommend films of actors. Watch this old film.
Yeah, Daniel Bruhl. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But
he's in a great film called Goodbye Lenin, which is based in South Germany. About the fall of communism, and it's actually quite like satirical and funny about it. But definitely check it out. I recommend it. Goodbye Lenin, fantastic movie. But anyway, that's my piece there.
So get this one right, and I might forgive you for Ghostbusters. Right, okay. So just coming on to our final hot topic. So we're going to talk Star Wars Celebration. Because there's quite a few things that came out this weekend. So Star Wars Celebration was hosted in London this year at the Excel Centre. And Sacha, you actually went on Sunday, didn't you?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. I was there on the Sunday. I didn't really go to any of the panels because you had to camp out like a ridiculous o'clock to get a wristband. And then also stand in the hall like throughout the whole day for hours. But I went to all the exhibits and stuff. It was really cool. I
saw some of your pictures, and they obviously had a lot of models there, a lot of the toys there, costumes and stuff like that. I want to know how you got the pic with you trying to reach for the lightsaber, a la Skywalker in Empire.
They just flipped
the Force, man. It's the Force, isn't it?
Son of a bitch.
For sure, they just flipped it.
And they either flipped it and he's stretching. I was like, they wouldn't have time to really hang him from his ankles.
No, they wouldn't, because his shirt would have been hanging upside down, and his pants and everything. Yeah. I looked at it and I was like, it's just a little trick.
Really it
was flipped. It
was really well done. I like that.
But yeah. But no, they had loads of stuff like that. The one I didn't get on, because they had Ray's speeder.
Oh, really?
And people were getting on the speeder and stuff. But it was such a crowd for that and the chess set and stuff, because the chess set with the Falcon stuff that was there, but there was also because Lucasfilm have their own Star Wars show that they've been doing for a while, and that's where the Star Wars show was. So whenever they do interviews, it'd be around the Falcon chess set. So when I was there, that place was chock-a-block. I thought it was Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, but it was actually someone dressed as Daisy Ridley that was there. But John Boyega was there, and they were interviewing him and stuff. Everyone, you couldn't move.
Where was it?
It was at the EdXL Centre.
Oh, so John Boyega literally just jumped on one train.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, look, they're filming in London. All these films at the moment.
So I work with a guy who's he works at. I'm not going to say his name. He works at Pinewood right now.
Right,
he's working at Pinewood, and he's telling me it's they're there for the next 8 years. He's
going to be a long time with Star Wars.
He's telling me some good stuff, man. He's obviously stuff he's not supposed to be telling. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm just saying I know some inside shit.
So one of the things that came out was the new Rogue One poster. I like it. It's a little bit different for a Star Wars poster, but just a really fresh feel. It's got the space station on there, the Death Star. It's got that sort of like beach battlefront type of thing going on, and I really dug that poster. Really cool.
That's just it. I don't think that the spin-off films necessarily need to be what the saga films are. I'm actually in the camp where I don't really think they need to have an opening crawl in front of
I was going to ask you that.
I
think it's better if they don't as a spin-off.
Because it differentiates what the spin-offs are to the saga films. But no,
I like an opening shot of a spaceship or something coming across the top, or that kind of kind of opening scene. But I agree with the scroll. And obviously the two things. One was they released a Sizzle reel showing some of the behind the scenes footage and stuff I'm making of. And for me, we talked a lot about it on one of our previous podcasts about the reshoots and what that kind of meant. For me, this kind of puts it to bed. You see, you see what they were doing, and you can see the passion, especially from the director. I loved his passion when he was talking about it. And now they did show a new trailer, but only those people who were there at that event got to see it. So that will be released online. I think they're aiming for maybe September, so it's actually going to be released then. So those people got to see it. I haven't seen any leaked footage of it yet. But what are your thoughts on the Sizzle reel?
Sizzle reel was fantastic. I fucking got my dick out and just started stroking it. I'm sorry, I did. It's like fucking fantastic, man.
And now it's a party. Now it's a party. Cool.
Spraying all over the place with that shit.
Okay, dude. Okay,
we know Sacha's thoughts.
But that's my thoughts. I mean, like it had like loads of little nods in there. Like if you're like a hardcore buff like me, like you had. They've obviously got someone dressed up as General Jaduna over there with the beard and shit. Had some crazy alien stuff going on in there. I like those shots of Forrest Whitaker's. What's it? Saw Gerrera. Looks really good. And what I didn't know was they shot in India in the Maldives.
Right. Yeah.
So they had a lot of like stormtroopers in these clear blue waters, like walking down. Underneath them, a lot of Asian guys in those stormtrooper helmets going, "Hey, what are we doing? Why are we wearing this?"
That's a horrible accent.
It is a horrible accent. By the way, I'm the one Indian guy that cannot do an Indian accent.
Oh my god, I am made of questions right now. Made of questions.
But what I liked again, it was all practical effects. So like we saw the reel when they did this for The Force Awakens, and it was just like, wow, this is looking awesome. So, also the Han Solo. So Alden Ehrenreich. How do you pronounce his name?
Ehrenreich.
So Aiden Ehrenreich. So officially announced as the new Han Solo at the event. So obviously it's been like the worst kept secret. Everyone knows about it. But apparently he was the very first actor to audition for the role. So they literally said we cast first person who walked through the door. They saw over like 300 people in the end. But what are you thinking of the casting? I know we've discussed that we're not fans of having necessarily a solo movie. But now it's coming. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna let you take this one. You're more of a Star Wars buff than I am.
You know what? I'd be the same if it was anyone else.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. I'd be the same. I'd be as apprehensive. We'll see. Okay. The only way where I'm probably gonna go okay is when we see more footage and that first trailer, more of a sense of what what's going down in the movie and stuff as a whole, because. This is the one movie I don't think they should make.
Yeah, I agree.
But he is like probably one of the most popular characters. They've gone for it, all swinging.
And free money.
Yeah, free money. But I believe you've got Lawrence Kasdan, writing it with his son.
Yeah,
that gives me confidence that we're going to get a decent story out of there. We'll see what happens, man. We'll just see what happens. At the moment, it's too premature, to bitch and moan about shit that could happen and what can't happen. This guy's a good actor from his resume.
Yeah,
I saw him in the Coen Brothers thing. I didn't think of Han Solo, but I get why
Hail Caesar, right?
Yeah, Hail Caesar, that was it. I get kind of why, but at the same time, we have to
That's
see
to wait
more.
and see,
We have
right?
to wait
They
and
obviously
see.
saw something considering it was the first person.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They
He must
didn't go for anyone
he
else.
must have had like a fantastic audition, but you know, I know a lot of hardcore fans want that guy that looks just like him from that Age of Adeline film, where because the guy looked like a clone, but. That's fine. He looks and sounds like Ford, but can he act? That is the real thing. And I'm pretty sure he was part of the 300.
Yeah,
and if this guy's audition was better than his one, then you know what I mean.
Okay.
I think I know how to say his name.
Go on.
Ehrenreich.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ehrenreich.
Ehrenreich, yeah.
Ehrenreich. We're going with Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich.
I think that's how you
We
say
hope
it.
you got it right. Because I know you're watching. Right, so...
Everyone's watching. Spielberg's watching.
So the other thing, I'm not going to go too much into this because there was a few little teases which was in the panel. I haven't seen the full video yet, but in terms of episode 8, the one thing we're going to talk about is the film does pick up exactly where 7 left off. So there's not going to be sort of like 2 years have passed, a year's passed. It's literally going to be picking up from like that final scene where you see Rey and Skywalker. And that's the only thing I'm going to talk about. So I presume that, but what do you guys think?
She's a Sith. That's all I'm saying.
That's your theory.
That's my theory. She's a Sith.
Maybe, but I don't think so. I think that was just they were on the island and they just thought they'd do that as whatever. But I don't know. Nobody knows. To be quite honest,
they said.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah, they say it's going to pick up straight from where
okay,
7
fair
left
enough.
off.
In that case, I'll take that all back. But but yeah, that's cool. I mean, like that's the first time that's happened in a Star Wars movie, and plus we don't know how long that journey it took to get from that resistance space to
Skywalker, right? Yeah, so that could have been some time.
That could have been like some year or so. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
So you just don't know light speed and shit. You know.
Yeah.
So
John Boyega as well. So he's he is in the film, but yeah, we don't know how much he's going to be in that film. Whether he's going to come out of his coma or not. So he says he's definitely not in a coma for the whole film. But at what point he wakes up, who knows as well.
I reckon he wakes up and then he becomes like Maverick and Iceman. Team up with Oscar Isaac's character, and I think they'll either be like in the same, like he'll be his Rio.
Maybe they'll train him up to be a firefighter or something.
I think he'll kind of like he'll have a main role, but kind of take a side role to Rey's character. Yeah. So we'll see. But she's a Sith. Yeah. I'm telling you, 100%.
They finished filming now, episode 8. So that's a wrap. But obviously they'll go back and do some reshoots later in the year.
Yeah.
But
next year,
yeah. And the other one was Star Wars Rebels. So the trailer for season 3. Do you want to talk about the big reveal?
Yeah, man.
Time out. I'm not in this.
Which reveal? I mean, like, there's loads, but let's say the big reveal. But like, you had Wedge Antilles in there. They show how they've obviously taken from the Legends series now, as it's called. Like, he used to be you don't know who Wedge is? Okay, Wedge.
I don't know.
Wedge Antilles. Wedge Antilles. He's like one of the X-Wing pilots that's in all 3 original Star Wars films. He's also played by Ewan McGregor's uncle, who was asked back for The Force Awakens, but he didn't want to come back for some reason. But if you follow like all the books and the video games, they've made him a full-fledged character in the books and stuff. He was in the X-Wing Rogue Squadron games and stuff. So they've brought him into Rebels. As a TIE fighter pilot that defects. So that was one thing I noticed. I noticed Dash Rendar's Outrider was prominently shown at the start of the thing. If you ever played the Shadows of the Empire video game or read Shadows of the Empire novel, Dash Rendar was this smuggler just like Han Solo. He had a whitey Corellian freighter as well as Han Solo called the Outrider. So speculation whether he shows up in Rebels as well. But the big reveal, Grand Admiral Thrawn is back in canon. Yeah, the Rebels are fucked.
You see my face, I'm like, I don't watch this.
But the other thing for all the Grand Admiral Thrawn fans was the fact that right after that announcement, they had a video message by Timothy Zahn, who was the writer of the novels Heir to the Empire, The Last Command, and Dark Force Rising. I switched those 2 up. I know Last Command was the last one, but that was the trilogy of books that's kept Star Wars alive essentially in the books and stuff. That was the first wave of books. And Zahn had a video message. He has been known to make stuff like he didn't quite agree that they had to throw away all the legend stuff because that meant his stuff. You know what I mean? That meant his 3 books that a lot of people like praise and stuff. And there was a video message by him. He gave that they approached him about how to use the character in context with the show. And on top of that, he just dropped that Lucasfilm have approached him to write a Grand Admiral Thrawn novel that takes place around the time of the original trilogy and stuff. It comes out in April, and he's basically rebooting his own character to fit what Lucasfilm are doing with the overall scan.
That's right. Okay.
What they're
Do
doing.
you think we'll see him in the movies?
Well, Grand Admiral Thrawn. You know
In the
what?
spin-offs?
In the spin-offs, I'm never gonna say never because that would be interesting. If there's any spin-off where I'd expect him to, it would be Rogue One, but I know that he won't because we've got Ben Mendelsohn.
That's right.
In the role, which reminds me, if you weren't at Celebration, check out the YouTube of when Ben Mendelsohn walks into the hall. He's dressed up in full get-up, surrounded by loads of stormtroopers. He walks in like a bad man, basically. Okay, literally, the whole crowd went wild. My mate Simon Marrett lost his shit. Quite literally.
I'll stick that link in the video, so check out the link in the video.
Yeah, so, but the Rogue One panel, that was something that was
a big
I'd say it was a big one, but after Donnie Yen says his stuff, skip the other actor because he accidentally lets loose a major spoiler in the movie. Gwendolyn Christie kind of gave the look like, mother, what
have you done?
And then he just kept repeating. He realised what he'd done. He just goes, he just has a big gun. My character has a big gun, and kept repeating that like the whole time until it went to next question to someone else. Because
man just lost his bonus.
Man just lost his bonus. Every Star Wars fan in the building did this.
Oh shit!
Yeah, literally, major plot point was leaked on there.
Alright, thanks for that. I'm gonna avoid
so don't
that.
watch if you're gonna watch the panel after Jet Li says what he's gonna say. Skip about 5 minutes.
Jet Li,
not Jet Li.
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen. Apologies.
All right.
But yeah.
Okay, well, that's our wrap up of the hot topics for this week. So we're going to move on to our segment, the film flashback. So this is where we look back at what was released 10, 20, and 30 years ago this week, and discuss, our thoughts on those movies that released at the time. So first film, so we're talking 2006. Quite a few released on the 21st of July. We have My Super Ex-Girlfriend.
That's a good film.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was alright. With
Uma Thurman and Eddie
was...
Griffin. No, not Eddie Griffin.
No, it was one.
Eddie Izzard.
Is he Izzard? And it had one of the Olsen brothers, not Olsen, Wilson brothers.
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson.
Yeah.
We also had Monster House. Which was an animated movie, I believe.
Oh, is that the CGI one by Robert Zemeckis?
Might have been that one, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Then we had Lady in the Water.
Oh, fucking
Shyamalan,
yeah.
And I don't want to Sash's personal favourites. 10 years ago, Clerks 2.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Was that 10 years?
10 years.
Fuck,
July
man.
21st, 2006.
I feel old,
yeah,
dude.
man.
I feel old.
But yeah, such a quotable movie.
Yeah, I'm taking it back.
The best, mate, the best thing about that film for me is the pussy troll.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
I think the pussy troll is the best. Yeah. The pussy troll, and then followed right after by the comparison of Lord of the Rings and
Star Wars.
The trilogies. Yeah. I think those are two of my favorite bits in that film, but for sure the pussy troll.
And then he brings up the race thing. When did a certain phrase become racist?
Yeah, that's
Porch
right.
Monkey.
Porch Monkey.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm bringing it back. Yeah.
It's just like, oh
it's
god,
a deep film.
You just said that. There's no taking that.
There's no
back.
taking it back.
Yeah.
Right. So we're looking 20 years ago now. So we had The Frighteners. Which is such a great
It's Michael J. Fox, right?
Yeah. That is my favourite Peter Jackson movie ever. Just straight up.
Yeah.
All you Rings fans can crucify me to hell.
Yeah.
But you know what? Watch that movie. If you haven't seen that movie, that's a fucking treat.
I saw it once a really long time ago.
Film.
Man.
Great film. Fantastic
It's
film.
kind of scary as well, right? It's
got
not just a
scares,
kids. It's not just a kids
It's got everything,
movie,
man. It's got everything in that movie, man. It's basically Ghostbusters, but not Ghostbusters.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like because that's what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
have to rewatch it. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Oh,
film, and
mate,
it's
you know what?
such a
I
good
used
film.
to watch this film like all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Go-to film.
Yeah, it is one of my go-to.
We
films.
also had A Time to Kill.
Yeah.
Time to Kill's a great fucking
great
movie, man.
movie.
That's Matthew McConaughey, Samuel Jackson.
Well, that's
right?
the one that cemented his career, McConaughey,
Yeah,
because
McConaughey.
you know
Oh,
what?
Sandra Bullock.
They were like,
That's it, yeah.
they were like, who the hell is this guy?
Alright.
He's a really good actor, and then he sold out for a bit for
Kept
taking
20
his,
years.
kept taking his top
Shirt
off.
off,
Taking
yeah,
his
yeah.
shirt off, and then everyone was about to write him
take
off,
my
and he was
shirt
like, "Nope, I've earned my money now. No,
Yeah.
He
some
did
real shit."
in that fucking
We're
movie.
linking
Great in True Detective.
Yeah,
in
fantastic.
that movie, Time to Kill, when he's doing the his closing speech, closing argument to the jury, and he just describes like everything that happened to that little girl and all that shit, and then he drops the mic and he's like, "Now imagine that girl was white," and it's like, oh shit, fuck, that film is so good, man.
And also July 19th, 1996, Train Spotting.
Yeah, it's a good fucking movie.
Love that
years
movie.
Yeah,
Love
that
it.
baby
Another
scene
good one.
fucks
Yeah.
with me, man. That
Yeah.
baby scene on the ceiling. I remember, like a few years ago, when I was flying from one island to another island when I was in Asia, I don't like planes. And I took, I'd never taken a Xanax before. For the US fans, you guys have them, we don't get them here.
Yeah.
So I bought a Xanax over there. And in the scene in Train Spotting, when the carpet, like,
Yeah,
sinks in.
yeah.
That's what it was like. I was like, I remember visioning that in my head, being like, "Oh my god!" and but
And
that's a great fucking movie.
We've just seen some images in the last week as well of them on set.
Trainspotting 2,
filming
yeah.
for Trainspotting 2, yeah. And also, so 30 years ago, not much out. We had Heartburn, which was a comedy starring Meryl Streep and Jack Nicholson and Jeff Daniels.
Never seen it.
Never seen it myself.
What else you got?
Slow week in '86.
I kind of want to see it now.
Because of that great cast, right?
Why did you not lead with this?
Honeymoon and Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive, man. That's Kevin Bacon, right? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, Maximum Overdrive is Kevin Bacon.
No, Maximum Overdrive is Emilio Estevez.
Oh, yeah, they got even worse.
Based on Stephen King books. So Emilio Estevez, Pat Hingle, Laura Harrington.
Why am I thinking the Kevin Bacon? There was an actor that looks like Kevin Bacon. Is that Tremors?
He was in Tremors.
That's why I'm
Bacon.
confusing it then, yeah.
That Heartburn, I might have to go check that out now because it's got a really good cast.
Maximum Overdrive. I remember one dude getting killed by a Coke machine.
Alright.
Yeah, the Coke machine starts firing out the cans of Coke and beats this guy to death. It's good times. A
group of people try to survive when machines start to come alive and become
boy. Yeah, that's it. I remember
the
this
original
movie.
Transformers.
I remember seeing that shit on Sci-Fi Channel before Sci-Fi Channel became Sci-Fi shit. Before they started like funding asylum movies. When Sci-Fi Channel was on like cable, Channel 3, and at 9 o'clock they showed movies every night, and that's how I found out about Guyver and David Hayter and all that shit. But anyway, it's another thing.
Right, so that was a film flashback. Some gems in there. Right, so now we're going to move on to the Channel Flick Challenge. So it is Leo versus Sash this week.
I'm on a two-week win streak.
Win streak, exactly, right? So it's just going to be a best of 3. So, guys, just to explain if you haven't seen the Channel Flick Challenge before, basically, they get 2 movies. They're going to decide who goes first. So one person gets to pick the movie, the other person goes second. It gets a bit more time to prep. They have 30 seconds to debate each film, and I'll score them on the basis of their argument, and maybe how much they made me laugh, and whatever else I feel like. So, guys, if you want to rock, paper, scissors, see who goes first.
Throw on scissors, yeah?
Throw on scissors.
Oh,
crap.
Right. Rock, paper, scissors. What was that? Fuck was that? Rock, paper, scissors. Fuck, balls.
Right. Satch, pick a movie or go second with more time?
Go second more time.
Oof. Okay. So, Leo, you get to pick the movie then. You've got The Wedding Planner or Shrek.
Shrek.
Cool.
You better start reading, buddy.
Can I get 30 seconds on the clock?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold on, I'll hook you up. Stopwatch, right.
Cool.
Go for it.
Right, so Leo, you have 30 seconds. Shrek, go.
Talk about the film that revived one of the greatest comedians of all time, Mike Myers. Revived his career. Revived Eddie Murphy's career, right? Who is, again, one of the greatest comedians of all time. It's a great satire. If you know the history behind it, the battle they had between Disney and how it just flips the bird. It's there for adults and children. It's got such a great cast, such a strong grounding, and it's spawned so many sequels which make more money and more money and more money. And video games, TV, the storyline is just, again, just the greatest fairy tale, something we've always heard, something we've all used to hearing from a super young age, and it just keeps going and going.
Actually, I got enthralled with what you're talking about. Actually, give me extra 10 seconds. Oh. So I'm going to give you the same amount of time, Sacha. Right.
Remember that when you're judging, yes?
Yeah, I was really listening. I was right. All right, Sacha, capture my imagination. 40 seconds, go.
Great chick flick about a wedding planner who's played by Jennifer Lopez. It's got Matthew McConaughey. Obviously, he takes his shirt off at some point in the movie. This one's a classic amongst women and stuff.
And stuff.
Give me more stuff.
Give you more stuff. I mean, it's directed by the guy that did other chick flicks, so he seems to know what he's talking about. And, most of those chick flicks were successful. Unlike the rest of the Czech series, just saying. Because they consecutively got worse and worse. But I'll give you the original being as good as it was.
Right, so you got 20 seconds.
Do I need to, or...?
Play the game.
Okay.
20 seconds.
Okay, when does it start?
Now.
Okay. Mate, Shrek. Again, I understand what you're saying there, but you're not actually talking about your movie. Shrek brought us different storylines and melded universes. So not only did you think like, oh, what's Pinocchio going to do in a Cinderella universe?
Satch, you got 20 seconds to save it.
Dude, just...
We've got Kevin Pollak in our movie. That guy's a funny guy.
You got 5 seconds left. You're not going to rescue this.
He's the doctor.
Sold. That one I'm talking about Leo. That was a bit of a one-sided beat down. Right. So let's have it again, please, gents. Sachi got one more chance to take it to a third. Otherwise, Leo retains. Okay, Leo,
right.
first and
I'm
second.
picking the movie. I want to pick the movie.
Yeah, Sacha plays a dangerous game going second.
He does, man. He does.
So your two movies are The Mummy Returns, Scary Movie 2. He's evil, no?
Do you know what I feel like right now? I feel like I'm not buying time. This is what I feel like.
Rock, hard place,
I feel like Peter Griffin. I'm gonna have to go with Scary Movie 2.
Cool, right. So, Satch, you got a bit of time to prep for Mummy Returns. So, Scary Movie 2, 30 seconds, let's go.
It's the Wayne brothers back on top form. You know, they went from Scary Movie 1, which is easily one of the highest grossing spoofs, to doubling their money when they made Scary Movie 2. Absolutely fantastic, brilliant, based on The Haunting, if you haven't seen it, which is just a fantastic horror film with Liam Neeson. But Scary Movie 2 really just encapsulate everything you want in a movie with regards to balanced comedy, great story writing.
Satch, you have The Mummy Returns. Sell it to me.
The Mummy Returns, quite obviously. And this time he has Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
So glad he said that.
As the Scorpion King, man. Just killing people and taking names and faces, man. I mean, like, fuck. This is the movie I was born to back up, man. I mean, I am Isotech, for Christ's sake. Right here, man. Okay, right here. It's like my movie, bro. It's like my movie. It's set in London. That action set piece where they're on Tower Bridge.
Time.
That was banging, bro.
Okay, so
20 seconds.
Just to say, that film is voted with the worst CGI in any movie ever with The Rock. It's the worst movie. At least in our film, it's credible. The CGI is used tastefully throughout the film to keep everyone entertained, to keep everyone involved in the movie. That film, your film, separated its audience. Nobody cared at the end of that.
Satch, 20 seconds.
You used the word tastefully for Scary Movie 2? Are you nuts? fair enough, I'll give you the shitty CG in our film towards the end. But you know what? It was a great climax. There was bare jokes when the mummy just went, no, and died like 10 seconds after that it was supposed to. This movie was fantastically entertaining and funny. And how could you not love the pygmies? The little pygmy things.
Yeah, I'm actually going to give that one to Satch.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is how?
Well, you could have ended it with the cripple in the wheelchair and the Mission Impossible 2 set piece in Scary Movie. That would have won it, dude, because that's hilarious shit.
All right, okay.
He gave me Dwayne Johnson. He gave me the no at the end.
No,
that scene in my head.
Is that not the first one?
No, that's the second one, bro. The way he gets taken out is hilarious.
It just goes down on his knees. It's like the whole studio just went silent. And he
had a chance to run away or something.
Just
but
sat there no.
This is rigged. This is rigged. I don't trust it.
Okay.
Rigged.
Right, so we're taking it to a tie break. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors. Right, Sasha, first or second?
First this time.
Right.
Whoa.
Might be a smart move. Okay, so your movies are Pearl Harbor or Shallow Hal?
Pearl Harbor.
Okay, so you have 30 seconds to tell me Pearl Harbor. Go.
Pearl Harbor, probably one of the biggest movies ever made at the time. Fair enough, it was also financially a box office bomb, like one of the biggest as well. But at the same time, you got to condemn Michael Bay for his vision of Pearl Harbor, how they reconstructed like the sets and, like the ships and everything to play out for the battle scenes. You have a fantastic cast. You got Ben Affleck, you got Josh Hartnett, you got, Kate Beckinsale in there. Bruce Willis cameos in there as well.
30 seconds, Leo, for Shallow Hal.
I understand what you're saying, and whilst you want to live in the world of big action set pieces, Shallow Hal does not need any of that. Shallow Hal shows us that it's what's on the inside that counts, and that is that. If anything, being a fat boy like myself is the most important thing in life. Is that you're beautiful on the inside, and unfortunately, your film is just beautiful on the outside and there's nothing involved. Our storyline brings our characters and develops them from the beginning to the end, and you see that whole progression of Jack Black, which is brought into the career today.
20 seconds, Sasha.
With jokes like "Where is she?" behind the rhino didn't really make me laugh at the expense of fat jokes amongst fat people. But Pearl Harbor pretends to be nothing but what it actually is. You know what I mean? A love story set across a fucking grim battlefield of Pearl Harbor. That hour set piece.
Time.
This love story is set across people's pain across time. Fat people have wanted to find love for so long, and this film gives you hope. This film gives you more hope than blowing up a couple of harbours and then bullying some Japanese people. That's not. You can't just walk around bullying people because you're bigger than everybody else. This film is the underdog.
Time.
And that's why it's better.
Oh, that was a close round. That was pretty good. I really like the fact that you talked about how inside and outside, where Pearl Harbor was like bright and shiny on the outside but had no substance, where yours had the substance. I did like the fact that you said yours was a love story against like the battleground and stuff like that, but being a bigger guy myself, I know your love, so I'm going to have to give that one to Leo.
Yes! Fuck yeah! That's right. Defended three times.
That was really close, though. That was very, very close.
Mate, I had nothing to work with.
You brought the symbolism in there.
I had nothing to work. I was like, what have I got? I've got fuck all here. I've got to fucking pull something on my ass. I would have picked Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
I totally would have picked Pearl Harbor.
But that was close. But yeah, because of that symbolism and stuff like that, that's what
I'm not gonna lie, I did pluck on a few heartstrings there, Kev.
Yeah, man.
I had to pray to the judges there. Cool.
Okay. Right, so Leo retains. I'm gonna have to work out how many have you won now?
I've won a lot.
You've won 4, I think. It's 4 to you, 2 to Richard, 1 to Satch.
I won in total.
We don't include the test episode.
No, not including the test episode.
Because this is episode number 7, right?
Yeah.
So Richard's won twice, Satch's. So yeah, it's 4, 2, 1.
It's fine. I'll take my 4.
So yeah, so 4.
Are we not including the test episode? That still counts.
Yeah, it's a test. It's a test.
It's airing. People watched it.
People watch it. We'll use that as a tiebreaker if it ever comes to an episode like
Record
100.
that, write that
Episode
down.
100,
We'll
yeah.
use it as a tiebreaker, yeah? I'm coming back to it.
So that was the Channel Flick Challenge. Well done to Leo. So now we're just going to move on to any other business. So not much from me this week. The only thing is just kind of announced today, Game of Thrones Season 7 is officially going to be released next summer. It's going to contain 7 episodes. So the rumor is that season 8 will be the last and that'll contain 6 episodes, but it's definitely confirmed next year. They've had to delay filming because of the weather in Ireland, because winter is coming and suddenly summer is here.
Yeah.
So
fucking Irish people.
So so that's it really. Anything from you guys?
Where I'm me at the moment. I checked out Central Intelligence last night.
Right,
That was fucking amazing. It's really, really funny. And I also watched The Boss with Melissa McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's getting a lot of flack for Ghostbusters. I know you got your review was not very positive, but it kind of makes me want to watch it though. I kind of want to watch Ghostbusters now because is Melissa McCarthy? Is she in that? No, what I mean is I know she's in it, but is she in it?
She's
the way
in
she
it,
is
but
in.
She's not. It's nice to see her not be herself because she plays the character a little bit more straight.
Yeah.
So you don't get the ad lib from her, which is part of what I like about her. Because I rewatched Identity Thief last night, and I actually enjoyed it again on repeat viewing.
Identity is a great film, yeah.
Stuff like that. So, but yeah, she seems like the reins have been held in on her a little bit.
Well, they got to because it's Ghostbusters, but I mean, The Boss was fucking hilarious, and Central Intelligence is really good. So that's what I've checked out at the moment. Games wise, I'm sort of buying Game Boy Advance games at the moment, just collecting. See if you guys have got anything you want to send my way. Just DM me, slide into those DMs, and hit me up with some messages. But apart from that, that's me, man.
Sash?
Nothing this week. Keep checking out The Little Guy Returns on my YouTube channel, Sacha and Leo.
We got a big announcement in regards to Little Guys that's coming soon. There's something in the pipeline.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that we're going to be working on tomorrow, and we get something in there.
Just say I did. Sacha and we did watch Blade Runner, so I have seen that.
Okay, your thoughts?
Wasn't a fan.
You're a fucking idiot.
I didn't get the hype.
Which one did you give him? Which cut?
He watched the final cut.
Final cut. You're a fucking idiot.
I don't know. I just didn't get it. I just couldn't get excited about it.
There's a lot of things you don't get, like pussy and respect.
Wow.
No, that was a how high reference. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Just maybe one out of those two. Right. And I've downloaded BVS Ultimate Edition.
Don't do that.
I got to give it a chance, man. I because I hated on that film so much, and it's just like the director's like promised that extra half an hour will make a difference.
I'll tell you what, do this. When you watch it, let me know. We'll sit down, we'll watch it, and we'll review it together. Because
alright, cool.
I'm down. I want to watch it with
and
somebody
Sacha, you
else.
want to watch it as well, don't you?
Yeah,
I want to watch
let's
it.
arrange it.
Yeah,
We'll watch it all three together.
Yeah.
And we'll do a review afterwards, of the extended cut. Sounds good. All right, we're going to do that. So look out for the extended
with many tequilas, because I think we'll need it.
Yeah, right. Maybe we'll do shots depending on what they say.
Every time they
say Martha.
Every time they say Martha, yeah.
Right. So thanks very much for watching. If you're enjoying the show, please hit the subscribe button below. Please share the video out to everybody you know, so we can get nice, big, and famous, and start getting taken to Comic-Con and San Diego.
Getting paid. I want to get paid.
And that's it. If you want to get in touch with the show, please find us on Facebook at Friends Talk Film. You can find us at Twitter at Friends Talk Film. You can tweet us on there. And you can also email us if you've got any suggestions for the show, Channel Flick challenges, or any topics you'd like us to discuss. Or maybe we'll do some sort of old reviews on some of the older films. And that's friendstalkfilm@gmail.com. So, Sacha, if anyone wants to find you online, where can they find you?
You can find me at Sacha Alari on Twitter.
Leo, where can they find you?
You'll find me on Instagram, Mr_Albertine Jenkins, and Twitter, Leo Van Damage.
Okay. And you can find me at Ken Admiral on Twitter. You can find me, Ken Admiral, on Facebook, and Kenan_A on Instagram. That's it. Thanks very much. Look out for additional videos. We'll be doing trailer reaction videos. If you haven't seen it, you can check out my Ghostbusters review. If it's a full spoiler review as well. The links are below, and check it out on our page. And until next week, thanks very much for watching.
And also, remember, when the river runs red, take the dirt track instead.